Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are building a small project with JavaScript and HTML. We are going to build JavaScript Internet Connectivity Status Checker, which basically checks whether our internet status is on or off. Right now, if I disable my internet, I can immediately see that I'm offline, and if I turn it back, I will see that I'm online. Now, without losing any time, let's open VS Code and start creating this small application from scratch. All right, so we are inside VS Code and we have a couple of files already created. We have an index.html file, which is currently empty. We have a script.js file, which is empty, and we have a style.css file, which is also empty. And we have a couple of images of the sad face and the happy face, and I will make sure that you will have access to those images and you'll be able to find the place from where you will download them and also have them with you. So now to begin with, inside the index.html file, I will quickly generate some boilerplate, and we will see the basic HTML boilerplate, and let's change the title here to JS Internet Connectivity Status Checker. Okay, and inside the body we will have an h1, which will basically be the same thing. So I'm gonna grab the title and I will paste it right here in the h1, and I have missed a JS letter, and right now here we will have two divs which will be empty, and later on we will do some DOM manipulation and provide them with the content. So right now I'll just create them and give them an ID of let's say this will hold the image, and this will be ID of status. Okay, so I'm gonna save, and the next step will be to import the CSS file, which will happen via this link via this. After importing our CSS file, we can also import the script file, which will be done via saying script source equals // and we provide the path to the JavaScript script right here. Now I will run this by right-clicking and open with live server. This is a really cool extension. If you don't have it installed, make sure you have it installed under extensions. You just have to type live server and install it, and you'll be able to launch your app live. I already have this, so I will just once again click on open with live server, and I can immediately see my output in the browser, the output of the code I have written so far. And what we will do next? Well, we will open our script.js file, and we have to think now how we will handle this. So first off, what we need to do is to target the elements inside the DOM where we will output our content. So in our case, this is the div with the ID of image and the div with the ID of status. So I'm gonna say const image div or image container. Let's say image container equals, we're gonna say document dot query selector, and we are going to target using the ID attribute, and that will be image. All right, and then we will say const text container. All right, we're gonna say the same document.query selector, and this time we're gonna target the status. Yeah, ID of status. And after that, we have to think now more. What we need to do now is we need to attach two listeners. One listener will check when we are online, and the other listener will check when we are offline. So the way we can do this is by saying window.addEventListener, and the name of this event is online, So when we are online, we want to run something, and here we will run a function. I will name this function const update status. This function will accept a parameter which will be status, all right, or let's say is online. We can call this is online, and that will be an arrow function. And I forgot the equal sign here. And for now, this function will be empty, but here I will pass the update status function. And in case I'm online, I will say online. All right. Or I think we have to pass true boolean, because later on I will explain why I choose to pass boolean here. So in the other case, it will be offline, and we'll say update status to be false. Cool, you so far have attached the event listeners, and to test this, we can just console log the is online parameter we assigned to the function, and save this, open the browser, click on inspect, mark the console, refresh. Let's see. Okay, I think now you have to disable your internet, and you can see false in the output of the console. If you enable your internet, you'll see true. It's working. Later on, we will add one more thing which will check initially our status. But so far, you are good to go. And now inside this function, you saw that we are passing the true or false values on this event listener. So next step is to write our logic. So basically we have to check. So we'll say if we have is online, something needs to happen in the DOM. Else, if it's not true, something else needs to happen. So in our case, what we need to do is if we are online, we need to display the happy face with you are online message, and the other message will be the sad face with you are offline message. So let's begin with the first case. Now we can directly say, as we have grabbed our image container and text container, we can directly say, first of all, image container will be image container dot inner HTML. We're going to say equals to, and right here we will output an image with the source of ./happyface.jpg. We can say alt to be empty, and also we'll say text container inner HTML to be you are online. Okay, and let's save and see what we have achieved so far. If I open the browser and play around or refresh first and switch off and then switch on, I can see the happy face immediately popping up in my browser, which is an indication that our logic so far is working. And now inside the else part, you basically need to do the same. Just copy and paste this, but change the source of the image to the sad face image. So I'm going to say ./sad face, and then the alt will be the same, and you're going to say you are offline, right? And now save, and let's see once again. I'm gonna turn off my internet again, and I can see that I'm offline, and now turn on and I'm online again. Cool, so far so good. What we need now is to write the logic which will initially display our status when the app runs. Well, to do that, we will have to do the following. we're gonna say update status, and here we will directly use the built-in property of the navigator, which is online. So this is something that will return a boolean by checking inside. When the app runs, will basically detect if the internet is on or off. So this returns a boolean of this value. And if I save now and we go back, we can see that if I refresh, now I immediately detect my status. And if I turn it off, it works as before. So it's really quick and easy. You are done with the JavaScript part, and now I want to prefire a little bit this application via writing some CSS code. So we will open the CSS, and what we have? We have body, let's say display flex, align item center, justify content center, flex direction to be column, and this will move everything to the center and everything will be below each other. What else we want to do? Body, let's give this body a width of 100% and a height of 100 VH so that everything will be pushed into the center of the page. And if I save now, we will see that everything is pushed to the center of the page. What else we will do now? We will give the images a little bit of, we will just make sure they're not so big. So we'll say width 300 pixels and height 300 pixels. Let's see how this looks like. Yeah, it looks, I think, better. Turn off. Turn on. There is a slight difference in the resolution of the images, but I will leave this up to you whether to style the image or not. If you want, you can style it. If you don't want, you won't style. You might not style it. I'll remove it right now, and I will not style the image. But I will do the following. I will target the H1, and I'll say font size of 36 pixels. Let's see how it looks. I like that. And then we will target the message. Was it message? No, status. Yeah, status div, and say font size of 24, how much? 26 pixels. Let's see. Yeah, this looks slightly bigger, or maybe we can make it 28 pixels. And I think that CSS can be sufficient for this application. And so far you have a working mini app with JavaScript. If you turn your internet off, you will see again the off status and you are online back again. And that was it today, guys. A very quick tutorial about JavaScript. If you like such content, I recommend you to subscribe to the channel because I'm posting regularly content about front-end development, and you will learn a lot. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I see you again in the future.